Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jo and I help creatives and freelancers with design and tech. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can create a design brief, and I'm going to share with you some of the best and worst ways with some real world examples. Before we dive into the video, I just want to let you know that if I've got any resources or links or anything like that, I'll put them in the comment section below of the video. And don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep creating more awesome content for you guys. So why is writing a design brief really important for your project? Well, there are a couple of reasons, but mainly it's to keep everyone track with the project. It helps to bring your vision and values to life, and also it's to make sure that you stick to timelines and deadlines and that important information is all written down in one place to refer back to. And by writing a brief, it also makes sure that you collect all those awesome ideas and information and you communicate it to a team or somebody else so that they can pick up the project and refer to it any time and create the piece of design work that you need. So some of the worst ways to capture a brief is over the phone. Now, when you take briefs over the phone, it's actually really hard because if you're a designer or if you're the person receiving the brief, you can't always necessarily write everything down when you're kind of, on the phone like this, or even if you have your headphones in, it's just not really a great way. Which leads me to my next point, which is having a brief scribbled down on a piece of paper. So sometimes this works for people, but I don't find that this is great because again, you can't really read people's handwriting and you can't easily share it or anything like that. So this is another not so great way. So let's jump on over to the computer and I'm going to show you some examples of some really great briefs. Okay, so the first tool I'm going to show you is something that's from Streak. So you can download this and install it into your Gmail, and it's completely free, which is really cool. So part of it is it has this thing called snippets. So I would recommend using this if you are going to just do really quick briefs via email and they're just really short and they maybe just, you're like really strapped for time or anything like that. So I've already installed mine into my Gmail account and I actually have the little snippet down here. So you can see that this is going to be a really quick way to do it. So I'm going to click on snippets and I'm just going to create this snippet from draft and I'm just going to call it quick brief. So you can add a shortcut code as well, but I find that it's just easy just to bring up the snippets list here and then click there. And if you're going to write, brief and then probably the name, I would probably, because this is a template we're kind of making, I would write just job name. And then perhaps who it's to, so full name, just who the attention is to, who the email is actually going to. So I'm just going to copy from my notes because I've got a brief template already kind of set out. So you can see I've just copied the important information. I'm just going to space this out as well. So you can see that this will come in handy. So you can see I've got the job name, so I just write it again, the job description, the job goal, the target audience, the due date, the budget, what does the design need to say, if there's any deliverables, any size, and sometimes I do printing, so I'll just write printing amount, but obviously you can customize this to anything you like, and then any comments, so I just write attach any images and links to add visual reference. So I usually write and have templates like this just for really quick things. Now just bear in mind when you do briefs like this, they can get lost in emails and stuff like that, but this is just a really good basic way. It's probably, I would say, a level up from getting stuff on the phone, but at least it's templated, it's easy to follow, and once you've created that template with the snippets, you can use it anytime. So I'm just going to go create. And you'll see that it goes into my list there, which is quick brief. So if I just go here, so let's just say I need to brief somebody and I've got a really quick job that I need to do. It doesn't maybe necessarily need a lot of research or a lot of attachments or anything like that, or this is just the way I prefer to do it. I can go into my snippets and search for quick brief, and you can see that it comes up here, and I can just write in who it's to, just like a normal email, which is really cool. And then I would just fill it all out there and it's ready to go. So that is the first way that you can create a brief, and that's using Streak with the snippets. And that is completely free. The next tool I'm going to show you is Dubsado. Now, Dubsado is something that I use in my design business every day. Without this tool, honestly, I don't even know how I'd be alive. It is so great. It just literally manages everything. It has so many tools and so many functions, but let's focus on the briefs for now. So the really cool thing is about Dubsado is it has a template library. So if you are looking for like a proposal or briefs or anything like that, they usually have something that you can click and you can start with, just to give you a bit of an idea of different things that you can do. So here we've already got like a web design brief, so I'm just going to click on this one so you can see what they're like, and then I'll show you my own briefs. So I'm going to copy that to the account. Okay, so the cool thing about Dubsado is it's like building a proper form. So you've got all of these different options that you can do, and it makes the process for clients or people who are filling out this brief so easy. And you can really customize it, and honestly, there's just so many things that you could do and so many ways that you can make it really easy. So you can even add videos at the start as well. So if you add like a code block and you had like a YouTube video or something like that, you can go in here and you can just embed the code in there. So really there's quite a lot of things that you can do with this. So as you can see, this one's already here. It's even got some personalization for the client who's going to be seeing this. And then you can honestly just drag and drop, and you can see that it's even it's got all the important information here already that you would need. So what type of website, it really depends on what your business is what you would put on this brief specific for web design, but you can see it really does ask all of the questions already that are quite important. So one of the other really cool things I just wanted to show you with this type of brief in Dubsado is that you can actually use this field here, which is the file uploader, and I find this one so handy because you've got this one form that you can collect all this information in, and then you can also upload files into it as well. So you literally have this one form that can do almost everything. So it's a really, really robust form, I think, especially for creating a brief and collecting information. So again, even using the templates and just modifying it to whatever is important in your business that you need to know, you can see even like the nitty-gritty details, that start date, your deadline, do I already have the content, all that kind of stuff. And then once this is filled out by the client, it goes into their little like client kind of file, and you can access it anytime. I just want to show you something else that's really cool as well, is you can like change all of the font sizes and everything like that just here, just by one thing instead of having to go through everything. And something else that's really cool is this is just to help people. This is where Dubsado really shines, because it has all these cool tools and functions, is that you can put a expiry date on here. So let's just say you send the brief to the client, you know, on Thursday, and you want them to fill it out in 3 days. You can select when it's going to be expired, even the time, and you can send them a reminder just to make sure that they do it. So yeah, this is where Dubsado is literally like just levels up with your briefs, because you can customize it to whatever you like, and it's got all these cool functions that you can use, and you can get really creative with it. So I'm just gonna just save and close that, and I will show you my actual Squarespace brief so that you can just get an idea of what it looks like and how I've created my own one. So I usually put a video up the top here for clients, but I customize it for each person, and I just write the important deadline reminder, even though when I put an expiry date, it actually shows up the top here when they log in, or sorry, when they open it. So I've got a checklist because I feel like people, when they go through the brief, because it can be quite long, I just make sure that they have all of these things selected. So I fully completed the form, all the website words, they've got the page sitemap done. Then it's just basic information, accounts information like their domain, if they need any Google marketing. And the other cool thing as well about Dubstado is, so sometimes getting a Google Analytics code is quite difficult to, obtain for people if they're not very techy. So I've just linked out to a Google Analytics video that shows them how to do it. So they can literally go through this form and just give me all the information and learn at the same time, which is great. So another way to create a brief, and this is really good if you're not tech savvy or you just find, PowerPoint a little bit easier, or Keynote. So I actually love this way from clients when they're briefing me and I haven't given them a briefing template or anything like that, because they already know, everyone knows how to use PowerPoint well, hopefully, and you can just drag and drop things on there and put everything on there that you need. So this is actually a real life brief from a client that I've gotten, and this is how they give them to me, and it's really awesome. So if you are a PowerPoint fan or like, Keynote or anything like that, this is the way. So they've written what they need, some of the details, they've asked the deliverables and things like that. Now this particular client is actually really good at writing briefs because they write them all of the time. So just make sure if you're using this way that you, make sure you put all the important elements in there. But you can see it's just like a brain dump on there. They've got some thoughts and ideas of what they would really like, and some of the taglines, or trying to explain what they're kind of going for there. And then they've got even further and done a little bit of research, and they were sort of pushing me in a direction. So this is a really good brief because you can see that all of the details are on there. They've got a really strong idea and they've done the research. This makes it really easy for designers or creatives or anyone receiving the brief to be able to take it. And then the cool part is you can just drag and drop some inspirational images as to what you want it to look like. Because now remember, with a brief, the more information that you can give that's really like directed and concise, the easier it's going to be for the person on the other side. So you can see that there's a really strong look going here. So I actually just wanted to show you with this one, the reason why I like this one so much is because obviously it's easier for clients, but what the end result was from this, from getting this brief. So we actually had an H, and this is their brand colors that was all done, and then we ended up with off Antron and off Antron. So you can see there's a little guy mowing here, and then we've got the hair. So it's really close to what they wanted with the images there. And then obviously from that, just going back to their brief, I was able to create all of the rest of the content there from them. So it's really easy. To create these briefs, you just write what it's about. You can just, dump the text boxes on there. You can start typing away, and then you can just drag and drop the images on there. And you've got as many pages as you like, so you can make it as detailed or as short as you need it to. But that is a really great way also to create a brief for somebody. If you're really into tools, you can also use a tool called Asana, which is completely free again. And this is kind of similar to the email template brief, but it's also kind of a combination of the PowerPoint template brief as well, because with this one, you can actually add your clients to it, and they can log in and you can put videos and tasks and all that kind of stuff in here. But the brief template that I've got here is just set up in here, so they can copy this anytime and then they can log in. And what this does is it kind of just improves workflow, so it's kind of got two birds with one stone, I guess. But you can do exactly the same as what there is in PowerPoint. It's just kind of a different way to do it. So that's the template that I've set up there, and you can insert links, you can ask questions, you can have conversations, you can attach photos, anything like that. So it works really, really well. And I've got here just like some tags so I can see what's happening with the project as well. So this way is really good if you are working with clients ongoing and you want to give them a login and you want them to be able to just pop in at any time and be able to put in a brief and then put it into your system and workflow. So again, the template I've just written there, but you can write it to whatever it is custom for your projects. And yeah, it's really simple, this one, and I really like it. And again, it is free. So I hope this tutorial has helped you. If you've got any questions or you want to make any comments, you can put them in the comment section below of the video and I'll do my best to answer them. Hey guys, so if you enjoyed my content today, please like the video, make sure you subscribe, even leave a comment below to let me know that you are loving this content so I can create more for you.